part 4 of the Wump World. Let me show you that picture. There they are, taking off, leaving the Wump's world. Okay, the sudden silence came as a shock to the Wumps. They could hardly believe their ears. Still, they wanted to take no chances, so they remained in the caverns with ears cocked for the slightest sound, like this. See? There they are, looking up to see if anything's going to make a sound. After a long silence, they decided that it was time to go, and led by the biggest Wump, they crept up the tunnel to the cave entrance to find it covered by a crust of cement. With one powerful push of his snout, the biggest Wump bumped his way through. Yay! Then one by one, the Wumps waddled out onto a freeway and gaped in wide-eyed amazement. They had feared something awful was happening to their world, but this was much more than they could have imagined. They were staggered by the size of the huge buildings, and the walls of windows looming up on every side, and the broad layers of hard, flat crust covering the earth, which felt strangely cold to their feet. There was no sign of any fruit trees or tufts of grass. Even the sky was gone, and the Wumps wondered if there was anything left for them. They must find out. Here he is, cracking through the concrete. And here the Wumps are, looking at all the windows and the buildings. Let's see what happens next. They wandered the freeways for miles, only to find more and more buildings with endless heaps of wreckage and rubble, for they could see that their world was completely ruined. Footsore and weary, the Wumps were about to give up and head back for their cave when the biggest Wump let out a joyful whump. Oh boy, what do you see? Here they are, weary, very tired. I'm wondering, what do you think they saw? Let's find out. Just ahead of them was a grassy meadow with a clump of bumbershoot trees. All that was left of their lovely world was this bumbleshoot trees. Wumping and wumping for joy, the Wumps went bounding off the freeway out into the meadow. Pretty soon the hungry Wumps were munching away on the tall, tender grass. Now there was new hope for the Wumps. That's so great. Here they are, happy as can be. And here they are, running into to find the bumbershoot trees. Now, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but bumbershoot trees, there's not a real tree called a bumbershoot tree. So, in case you haven't noticed, this is a make-believe book. It's like fantasy, and it's really fun. Let's read the last page. In time, the murky skies would clear up, and the rains would wash the scum from the rivers and lakes. The tall buildings would come tumbling down, and the freeways would crumble away. And in time, the green growth would wind its way up through the rumble, but the Wump World would never be quite the same as it was before. I think my takeaway from this book is that we need to help to take care of the place we live in, the earth. And I think we can all do that. And I hope you do too. Okay, love you. Hope you enjoyed The Wump World by Bill Pete. I love you guys. Bye.